So yesterday, I saw one of the most funniest news I've ever seen in my life, and that is Florentino Perez saying that he's going to bring English referees to the Premier League to improve the officiating. And that is one of the few things we'll be discussing in this video, because we'll be getting into Arsenal bidding for Ollie Watkins, which was rejected straight away. And that's a bid I found very, very outrageous and a very, very shocking move. Like I said in my video yesterday, I talked about Boniface moving to Nassr. Broski, Boniface, it doesn't look like he's going to Nassr because Jhon Duran has been, a deal has been agreed for Jhon Duran. So it looked like Jhon Duran was their initial first choice, then Boniface was their second choice. So Jhon Duran will be heading to Nassr, and Chelsea and other Premier League clubs being interested in Mathys Tel. This is one of the news. These are all the news we'll be getting into in this video. And I'm sorry, I will apologize in advance because I'll be going in a little bit of rant in the end of this video. But first of all, welcome back to the channel. This is Papi Knows Football. Make sure you like the video. Like is very, very important. It goes a very, very long way to telling the algorithm that we're doing something right here, and they, if they push the video to more audience. That's why I'm pleading for you all to like, and at the end of the video you want to see more of me, you can subscribe to the channel and help us get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the season. So let's get to it. Let's get with the funny part. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez wants to bring English referees to Spanish football to improve the standards of the officiating, according to Tel Football. Broski, if this thing was to be true or anything, then I think either Florentino Perez is not in this world, or he's just taking a piece, or like he's just shading the Premier League. Because when it comes to officiating, the English referee has the worst. They are the worst when it comes to officiating. You see someone like Mike Oliver last weekend giving Lewis Kelly that red card, which I don't think will be overturned, by the way, but which was not a red card in any shape or form. English referees are the worst. When I mean the worst, they have the worst set of referees in this world. We have referees like David Kuntz coming out telling us he's a gay, and that is why he affected the football he's doing. Like I have seen stupid excuse before, but what the fuck is this? What does being a gay have to do with the fact that you are a shit referee or a rubbish referee? This is the standard we have in the English referee. We have the set of referees that prove to be perfect, more than machine. Every week we have something to complain about the PGMO, what the fuck are they saying? Every week they have their shows, their ref watch and rubbish, and they never admit to be wrong. And you see each and every one of them backing each other, and that is what they do. English referees are the worst, and I mean the worst. They are the worst set of referees I have ever seen in my life. I've watched some football leagues, but English referees, they are the worst set of referees. So I don't think it's serious. I just hope this thing is not true, but English referee, they don't follow. So now let's move on. We'll be talking about a man that scored in the 70th minute yesterday, and there was a 70 million bid for him, and that is Ollie Watkins. According to Fabrizio Romano, Aston Villa has rejected yesterday, an official bid from Arsenal for Ollie Watkins. Proposal around 60 million turned down as Villa are not happy with the timing of the bid ahead of their crucial ULC game for the club. Villa is also in active talk with Nassr for Jhon Duran. Now, and that is the same thing that what's the name? West Ham, they tabled the 57 million pounds bid for Jhon Duran, which was straight away rejected. In their night, I think in the eve of which game are they playing in the weekend, last weekend or so, which was rejected, and Villa said they don't like the timing and blah 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 blah. But Ollie Watkins is 29 years old. 60 million for him, that's outrageous. One thing I could say is that I understand the ambition. That bid shows ambition, shows a team that is very, very, very serious. And I cannot say the same for Chelsea, my team. Cannot say the same for them. We see Arsenal making moves for Ollie Watkins. I cannot say anything but just admire the move. But now let's go to the fucked up part of this team. Ollie Watkins is 29 years old. He's not in any way worth 60 million. Is it 60 million? 60 million euros. Is that pounds? I don't know. But he's not in any way worth 60 million euros or 60 million pounds for a Premier League side. He's not worth it. I'm sorry. Add something to that money. Get a Victor Osimhen. You get me? You could get Benjamin Sesko. Even though they are not my choice. Wait for Victor. Even though they need a striker right here and now. But like, bro, that is too much for a 29 years old striker. Bro, I can't even lie. That's too much for a 29 years old striker. So it doesn't really make sense. I think Arsenal should, and the striking position now, there's nothing really there to when you if you dip it, if you check it right, you see like there's not much of a striker, quality strikers in the market right now. You get me? But I think more strikers will be available in the summer. But if they are going to push anything, I think should go pay the 100 billion for Victor Gyökeres. You get me? Now let's move on. Victor Boniface. Obviously, yesterday I made a video talking about him agreeing terms and blah 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 with Al Nassr. But yesterday, Fabrizio reported that Victor Boniface move to Al Nassr will no longer happen. An agreement has been reached but never concluded, but because Al Nassr never gave it its final green light. And with that happening, here's the domino effect. Al Nassr has agreed a 77 million euros plus add-on to sign Jhon Duran from Aston Villa. The striker is set for medical in London tomorrow. 5.5 years contract agreed, a total package of 90 million, according to David Ornstein and Ben Jacobs. Now, you could understand these two players. A lot of people will be saying, yeah, these two players are very, very young. They have high dreams in Europe. See, when you are from South America, you are from Africa, the vibe is very, very, very different. And that is why I am shocked when Saudi Arabia approached Victor Osimhen, he outright rejected them. You get me? The first time they approached him, he rejected them. The second time, I think he accepted, but he wanted to know if there are opportunities in Europe before he moved there. But for players from these two set of places, bro, see, let me tell you, the prestige and blah 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 is not for people from here. They are suffering. You get me? They have families feeding off them. You get me? If you are from Africa, you make money, you have to feed your family, feed your parents, feed your brothers. They are feeding off you. That, like, it's a cultural thing, and I think it's equally the same in South America. So this brother have a lot of mouth to feed, so you have to go make money. Nobody's going to chop the trophy. Nobody's eating trophy. All trophies, all nice and good, but bro, it's all about the money. You understand me? They love football, but yeah, it's not bad to be paid very, very well for doing something you love to do. And I think Victor Boniface is going to definitely get a move to a big Premier League club. I think Arsenal should be looking his way. I think he's a very, very good striker, even though he's injury. I think he's injury prone, man. He's injury prone. He gets injured often. I haven't watched much of Victor Boniface. Let me not lie. To say, yeah, bring him to Chelsea. I've seen him once in a while in playing for the national team Nigeria, but man, for me, he hasn't looked convincing to me. So that's one of the reasons I say I don't want it. But the numbers he's getting in Bundesliga, I think he says he's a good player. But you know my stand on Bundesliga player. I whenever it's a Bundesliga player, I kind of look at, is this player going to work? You get me? Because we have bought a lot of players from Bundesliga which are flopped, and that's one of the few reasons I don't really want him at Chelsea. Another thing is, like, for me, he's not a proven goal scorer, even though he scored a lot of goals at Molde, scored a lot at Bayer Leverkusen, but bro, he's often injured. And I'm not interested in any player that is going to come and take up the hospital space. But a situation who have in the past few days, yesterday I reported that Mathys Tel is open to move. Even though yesterday night he played in the Champions League, we saw him clapping for the Bayern fan. I think that shows like he's going to leave. He was clapping for the Bayern fans after their game last night. But Fabrizio has reported more Mathys Tel. Also, permanent move is being assessed. Chelsea remain in talks since beginning of January, pushing for a permanent transfer. Tottenham are keen on Tel based on fee requested. Manchester United, Man United have also called to ask for loan condition. And Fabrizio furthermore said that the race for Mathys Tel is starting to heat up. With Premier League clubs pushing, Tottenham open to invest on permanent transfers. The directors were in attendance in Munich last night, and Chelsea there also for a permanent deal. Manchester United called for a loan deal. So yeah, and reports came yesterday that Mathys Tel rejected Chelsea, which was not true. But Mathys Tel was more of like emphasizing there are a lot of attacking players at Chelsea, and he doesn't want to come there and become a bench player. He wants where he will play often. And reports say that he favored a move to Arsenal, Man U, and Tottenham and stuff. But Tottenham is really pushing hard for Mathys Tel. Chelsea, we have been there around since even when he said he doesn't want to move and he wants to stay at Bayern Munich. You get me? But I think Chelsea will be the most favored club for Bayern Munich to do business with. But it all depends on whether Chelsea can convince Mathys Tel to come to Chelsea. If Mathys Tel is to leave, that means Christopher Nkunku will go to Bayern Munich. You get me? And bro, they are building a lot of. I think Bayern Munich might face Manchester City. You get me? In the Premier League, they have chances. I think the draw will be tomorrow, but we'll just have to see what happens. The draw, the playoff draw will be tomorrow, so we shall have to see what happens. But Mathys Tel, let me get to my rant. Mathys Tel is a good player. He's a 19 years old. We did a signing with Kopama that works. That doesn't mean it's going to work every time. We signed a 40 million young player who was 21 years old. He came into the team. He became one of the main players, one of the star players of the team. We have been scoring goals for fun, keeping Chelsea in the Premier League. Obviously, kept Chelsea in the Premier League. Get us a Europe qualification. Even this season has been scoring goals for Chelsea. I think he has like 14 goals this season in the Premier League. That's a very massive number of goals for Kopama, for a player bought for 40 million. But now, let me get to our directors. Our directors are really stupid. They are very stupid. Because how do you think Mathys Tel is going to come in and improve Chelsea's season? It doesn't make sense to me. Mathys Tel is not a striker. And Mathys Tel barely plays. He has only scored 1 goal this season in the Bundesliga. Bro, I don't see him improving this squad. Our directors are set of stupid men, and I think I'm going to do a very separate video. I'm going to go in on our directors and Maresca. See, let me tell you guys, we better not lose against West Ham this Monday. Next Monday, yes, next Monday we'll play West Ham. We have had more than a week of rest. I don't want to have any stupid excuse that the boys are tired, the boys are fatigued, because we know that bald-headed demon Maresca, he has excuse for every rubbish. He has excuse for every nonsense. Now you are trying to tell me that we are ahead of schedule. We are ahead of schedule when we are in second. Yes, we are not ahead of schedule when we are in fourth. And we are certainly not ahead of schedule. Now we are in sixth. See, we are not moving down. We are not moving down. If we lose against West Ham, calamity. You get me? Calamity. So that's all for now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. You go be.